Hi, everyone. This is Pastor Josh here for your midweek message. And we're in the season of Epiphany, or we will be in 2 days on the 6th. And we leave Christmas, the birth of Christ, and it's a jubilant time. And we enter into this time of trying to figure out who this little baby Jesus is. Because we don't know. We don't know who Jesus is. And these three guys, we don't even know there actually are three, but for the sake of argument, we'll say they're three. These three guys, these astronomers, some say they're kings. These three guys figure out who Jesus is. And they follow a star, they cross a desert, they meet with the king, King Herod, and they believe they're going to meet the King of the Jews based on their findings. Now, they have no facts. They can't call ahead. They don't have the Bible's not been written at this point. They don't know for sure that this is the Christ child. They have a educated guess, a firm belief, but no facts. And yet we call them the wise men. Now, the Bible doesn't call them the wise men. We have called them the wise men. And it's interesting because if I was to lay out what they did, you would not call them wise. They looked at the stars and they saw a new star and they said, hey, there's going to be some really important person born, this King of the Jews, based on our star charts and alignments and all this stuff. And we need to go to Bethlehem. We need to go. None of you are going to follow me. If I look up in the sky and I see a new star and I say, hey, there's going to be the Larry, the king of, St.Charles, we need to come and hang out with him, you would think I'm crazy. And I'm sure people did think they were crazy. And yet they didn't care. They went out and they made their journey based on their belief, based on their information. And I don't know, and time will tell whether or not they're wise or not. They could have been foolish. If no baby was there, no body was there, they would look silly. It's only that after the fact, after their gamble pays off, that we go, oh, they were wise. And as we start a new year, as we look at New Year's resolutions and what we want to do for the year, it always helps me as I look at this story, because I want to be certain about what God wants me to do. I want to be certain about the direction of my life and what 2017 is going to be, and I want facts. And it is always interesting how this is the text that kind of starts off my year. These guys who don't know, but they believe. They have this strong belief, and they just try. They just go out. They just wander the wilderness. They go in search of God, and they find him. I'm sure people thought they were crazy, and yet they do. They find him. And I think that's more than anything, and we as people, as we start our year, as we think about what we want and what we need, I wonder if more than anything we need not necessarily to be a people of facts, to be people who want to be wise, but a people who are bold, people who are bold for God and who are willing to take a risk, to take a chance on faith and what the calling of their life will be, and to take the information and the situation that they have been given and say, you know what, I'm going to go. I'm just going to take that step of faith and let time and situations and the people who will come after us determine whether or not we were wise. But maybe this year is a year for taking a step. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you on Sunday. We'll be talking about the baptism of Christ. So God bless.